Respected Shrota Sadhakas, salutations, welcome you all. Receive the gratitudes and congratulations as well as the submissions to be regular on this path as well as the prayers together to the divinity to bless both of us and all the sadhakas, all the jivas to become sadhakas. Mastapaka viragi bhakta shishya mumukshu Shrota Sadhaka Parishrami Prerita Prashanta Bhasha Jnata. May we mind these Vyaktitvas more consciously, more seriously. And our most beautiful blessings from the Shruti Mata, the Guru Ganas, Devata Gana, the all pervading Shakti Swarupani Mata, Ishvara, and the Parabrahma. For no reason, at no point of time in life, we neglect them. We are always in tune with them. Welcome to the study of Shwethashwathara Upanishad. Pratamodhyaya, Saptamo Mantra. Yesterday we saw completely the presence of Nirguna Brahma intact for us to recognize, identify, realize, and get liberated. Those two Purana mantras are beautiful. We'll just go through them once more. Then there is a Sambandha Bhashya for the eighth mantra, where a question, a doubt is raised by Purvapakshi regarding Lina Brahmani. For that, very the shloka gives and the Bhashya gives very exhaustive exposition worthy of knowing by us. That way, every thought of Upanishadic mantra and its explanation through the Bhashya are very profound knowledges, understandings to be grasped and kept with us if we want to be the serious, sincere, true spiritual seekers. Because these are the jnanas which give us the vision. Under the guidance of that vision only, we do the sadhana to reach out to the siddha sthiti. That's why these mantras, the mantrarthas, become profoundly important for us. And we have to realize it and we have to recognize that meanings and abide in them. Now, today, let us see that portion, try to grasp and take it to our heart the knowledge that our Shastras, Rishis are conveying for enhancing the spiritual informations, inspirations, initiatives in us. Before that, let us see our Sankalpa and Prarthana. A very short, precise, common sense thought today is just what we were discussing. Same thing. Ki, what is the highest spiritual understanding? Today's topic. What is highest spiritual maturity? Adhyatmika, we are exclusively talking. What when we do say that we have reached in our understanding to a greater and greater heights, understanding has to be followed also. So when do we say that we are following also at the highest level sadhana? Only few things. Some questions. Is our goal Purusha or the Prakriti, we have to ask. You know, what is our goal? Are we clear about it? Simple discussion today, not much. What is our goal, Purusha or Prakriti? Both cannot be. One has to be given up for the other. We have to be very serious, sincere, strict about some uncompromising understandings, acceptances. One of them is this question. We want Purusha or Prakriti. Clearly. Same way, we want the Brahma, Atma or the Upadhis. What do we want? That depends on the position of the men very clearly understood. This was the struggle we were going on doing from few years of our Shastra Shravana Adhyana. Still the question remains to be answered. We want the Purusha or the Prakriti. If the answer given is the Purusha, obviously, to at least satisfy the Guru, we give that answer. The next question is crucial. Where and when we want the Purusha as our goal? Where and when? Question. Very important one. Very crucial thoughts. Then the answer obviously has to be everywhere and every moment. Isn't it? Everywhere, every moment. Now, the simple thing, if everywhere and every moment we have to abide in the Purusha Tattva and Paramatma Tattva, then which is the time where we are allowed to relax from the sadhana of identifying with Purusha Tattva? Where and when we are given a relaxation in our identification with Purusha and Paramatma Tattva, both are same. Where are we given the license or freedom? Think about it. See, first is which is our goal, Prakriti or Purusha. We said Purusha. Then when that goal you want to reach means when what? All the time. Where means all the places. Therefore, if our goal is to be in or one with Paramatma all the time and every place, when are we and where are we allowed to relax our sadhana of identifying with the Purusha? This is very crucial prashna. Think about it. Nowhere, no time. If nowhere and no time, we are given a license or freedom or a chance to give up our sadhana of recognizing and identifying with Purusha, then when are we allowed? When are we allowed to be with the Prakriti? When are we allowed to be with the Upadhis? When are we allowed to be with the Jagat? This is a question to be sorted out. When are we allowed? Spiritually, spiritual maturity drishti, spiritual correct, complete, highest level understanding drishti se. So, when are we allowed means what? Never we are allowed. Because ever we have to be in the self. Nowhere we are allowed, but because everywhere we have to be one with the self. But what do we do? Either we don't do sadhana or we do it conditionally, discreetly, discontinuously. That is the reason because of which we can even say that our journey has not even started only. Whole day, if we see our own schedule, how much of the Prakriti Sambandhi, Upadhi Sambandhi, Jiva Sambandhi, Vyavaharas, geniusly, matlab very genuinely, interestingly, with full Shraddha we are doing. Maximum. So that means we have never understood that the Prakriti is Mithya, Prakriti Krita Jagat is Mithya, and this is the thing which binds me, therefore. We have to come out of it. Therefore, I have to give minimum value to it. For that, I have to fully involve only in the Adhyatmikata, that too at every place and every time. These very, very crucial things have not entered into our heart. We have not yet become complete in our listening, our thinking, our understanding about our Shastras and Shastrokta. Paramatma is Mahima, Paramatma Prapti as the goal, and Paramatma Prapti Hetu, sadhana of Purusha Sambandhi, and another sadhana of rejecting the Prakriti. ये सारे चीजों को हमने पूरे दिल में नहीं बिठाया, मतलब पकड़े ही नहीं फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. And that is why, in our immature, ignorant mind, whenever the self as the goal is forgotten, the world becomes the goal, and something or the other, as so much it is real, we involve in it. During that involvement, this is only a prarabdha. Here I have to involve without any kartrutva, bhoktrutva, that also for antakarana shuddhi, without any phalapeksha, with full detachment, with all the faladi, with everything related to this thing, we are never aware of it. And that's why we involve in them and we are strengthening our vasanas. We are strengthening our importance to the mithya jagat. And that strengthened vasanas again throw us away from the understanding and practice of spirituality into the worldliness. We fall here. But we also have the spiritual vasanas. Therefore, again we are reminded that. But we are not doing continuously and indiscreetly. We are having lot of breaks. That is why our sadhana is not pakka happening. सेम थिंग उसी को और दूसरे दृष्टि से कहना ये है कि आध्यात्मिक सीधक सीकर सीकर ओनली द ट्रूथ फॉर एनी रीजन एनी टाइम cannot give even little of chance to the involvement with the not self, the Prakriti. Because Hai Paramatma, goal also is Paramatma. Recognizing Paramatma, establishing in Paramatma, remaining as Paramatma is the goal. If that is convinced, how come for any reason, anything other than Paramatma is given importance and involved? No reason. That is a state of understanding of Tameva Sharanangacha Sarva Bhavena, as said in 18th chapter Gita. Or the Sarva Dharman Parityasya Ityadi. Isn't it? Now remember, when we make our house or building or anything very near and close to that river or the beach, we may relax it, but we are taking it for granted. Anytime, any moment, without noticing us, giving us notice. The flow of that river or the ocean, the waves, they will overpower, and whatever we made in the very near to that banks, that will be swept away. Very important example. It is key. The Prakriti and its power is like that of ocean. Uncontrollable power. जब ओशन में सुनामी होता है कोई रोक सकता है उसको कोई तूफान आता है तो यू कैन नॉट प्रकृति आल्सो लाइक दैट ओनली and in to near to this prakriti kinara we made our hermitage of spiritual sadhana and we think we are safe. We can never be safe because very terrible is that ocean or river flood it us, flood us, our ashram, our all the things it will disturb. So if we are intelligent, we have to be far away from the effect of that river or ocean, somewhere into the protected जगह where इसका कोई पहुंच ही नहीं हो. See, where there is no pahunch of river or ocean is there. Instead of settling ourselves, if we ourselves settle very near to the ocean, giving it a chance to drown us or flood us, we are not an intelligent person. That हमको जीवन पे आशा नहीं. Same way, we ourselves have to keep away from the Prakriti or Jagat and stay all the time in that inner and outer zone of only spiritual reminders, spiritual sadhanas. We are supposed to be. In that, if we ourselves are, by our own choice, near to the upadhis, near to the prakriti, near to the rupanamatmaka jagat, we allowing ourselves for that to flood us away. The flooding of the world is, worldliness is, only thoughts again of the world are overpowering. Paramatma is forgot. Instead of Paramatma Chintana, the Jagat Chinta is happening. Instead of Paramatma Prapti Ikshana or Drushti or Kamana or Sankalpa, Jagat only is remembered and Jagat Kamanas only are happening to us. We are staying near that ocean and asking it to disturb us. So a highly even understood person knows these three. If I have Paramatma as the goal, and that also is Sarva Desheshu, Sarva Kaleshu, Sarva Avastasu, then in all the Desha Kala Avastha, my drishti, my total occupation is only to know the self. In doing that, anything not self, even little given importance, is we are creating obstacles to our own sadhana. We are delaying our own sadhana. We are diluting our own sadhana. We are allowing us to become more again the samsari. That's why highest serious seeker never goes anywhere out of his sadhana. Anywhere compulsory he has to go, he covers himself as a sadhaka and goes. We saw this topic yesterday in our Mandukya Upanishad also, and the most beautifully in that Jivan Muktananda Lahari text of Adi Shankara. है ना? मुनिर्नव्यामोहम भजति गुरुदीक्षा क्षततमाः गुरुदीक्षा क्षततमाः मुनिः व्यामोहम न भजति. He goes into the river to take bath, but he applies oil so much that the coolness of the water or the water itself do not touch or stay on the body to create problem to it. So too, a Adhyatmika sadhaka never goes out. If he goes out, he never gives up his Adhyatmika sadhaka identity for any reason. He doesn't go for himself into the world. For himself, he is only pure Adhyatmika sadhaka. He goes into the world for the sake of world. Therefore, for the sake of world, whatever minimum outer attention has to be given, outer formalities have to be done, he finishes them and quickly runs back into his den, to his own, the sacred chamber of his own sadhana. In this way, for few lives when we do, then only the required subtlety comes, required introvertedness comes to pierce through, go beyond one by one kosha. Actually, we see that we are going beyond one by one kosha or one by one avastha or one by one sharira and nearing to the experience of this one. Few lives. So we have to seek that. Let me go through the few lives where, other than this exclusive sadhana of Paramatma Prapti, nothing else should be there. The beginning of that is this life, wherein consciously we do not go anywhere. Anywhere we go, we don't leave our sadhaka with us behind. We take him with us. Inside, outside, whatever minimum to be done, done. But back to ourselves. Because we have matured, understood that the little more time given to the worldliness, that will enter and tomorrow it will disturb me, having become a bhasana. Even now also, when I give importance to it, my sadhana is not happening. So I am delaying my sadhana. So therefore, only vyavaharika mukhyata, even little higher level, Even this Vyavahara also is done as an arpana to Paramatma, asking him, Hey Prabhu, ye to aapke arpana ke liye I am doing, let it be resulted in my antakarana shuddhi, that I am not bound by such things again and again. And bondage is never outside, inside me only, that I still have value for it. I still have the reality given to it. I am still seeking that reflected small little pleasures of that worldliness at the cost of the real Brahmananda. These immaturities, O Lord, sort them out. May I not consciously seek any such things, and even if they are provided, may I consciously reject them, because my goal is Purusha. Because my goal is the Atyanta Sukshma Paramatma seated in my Hridaya. O Lord, in this way bless me. That way, everywhere, wherever he has to go, compulsorily he'll go. But there also he maintains his identity as sadhaka, does the prarthana to Paramatma. Minimum what is to be done, he does it. Nothing is carried back because it is not required. Nothing is carried back into the heart. Tera tujhko arpan, क्या लागे मेरा, बस the vyavahara only is vyavahara, it can never be given paramarthika importance. Like a pakka government officer, government employee, he goes and works in the office just for the sake of salary, and when he comes out of the office, not even little interest is there in the office work, that my office, my department has to grow, should excel, should contribute to the country. आउट ऑफ 100 एम्प्लॉयज एक को भी ये थॉट नहीं होता. सो फॉर्मली दे डू इट आउट ऑफ कंपल्शन बिकॉज दे हैव टू गेट सैलरी. अदरवाइज किसको है पड़ी है देश के लिए, कुछ भी नहीं. सेम थिंग वी हैव टू डू हियर, यू नो. ओवर वंस यू गो ऑन देयर विशिंग समबडीज मैरिज, किया, उनको अक्षता डाली, ब्लेस कर दिया, गिफ्ट दे दी, लिव लाइफ लाइक दिस, मैरिड लाइफ ब्यूटीफुली, 3 or 4 minutes यू टोल्ड और नॉट टू, बाय बाय, खाना खाने का मन है तो खाओ, घर आ जाना. दैट्स इट. दो दूल्हा को, दुल्हन को, वो शादी मंडप को, सज धज को, किसी को हमें हम साथ में नहीं लाना. Now what do we do? Even though we are deciding ourselves to be the seekers nowadays, we go into the world through our senses, we send our mind. Keep on collecting all that information and data, which is not only of no requirement, but that's the one which is diluting our spirituality. Spiritual tattva we are forgetting. Its mahima we are forgetting. That is the goal we are forgetting. To reach to that, I have to do the sadhana, that we are forgetting. That sadhana has to be done all the time, we are forgetting. All the time is now. Therefore, now the sadhana has to be done, but now is replaced by the samsara. We ourselves are going and bringing the kachra. A matured seeker understands this self-made mistake. Swayam krita aparadha. He slowly comes out of that sviya aparadha. It's maturity. It is in his own interest with the highest understanding. Nobody is compelling him from outside. Nobody can. Nobody need. इट इज आफ्टर ऑल माई आध्यात्मिक जीवन है. मुझे अपने अंदर के तत्व को पाना है. मुझे इस बंधन से छुटकारा पाना है. हु इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल? मी. व्हाट इज द रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी? दिस वन. हु विल हैव टू फुलफिल इट? इट इज मी ओनली. So therefore the two thoughts are exclusiveness all the time, the sadhana first. Second is don't stay at the kinara of the ocean or river that you get flown away. That ocean is the Maya, the Upadhis, the Prakriti, the Jagad of Rupanam. If at all we have to go there, just like that near river or whatever, they go take bath and do Sandhya Vandana, get the water. Utna hi. Other time they are in the Kutira ashram. So to whatever the obligations compulsory are there, involved in them without carrying any load of that. This actually is called as Shama, what we were taught by Yoga Vasishta में Vasishta ji in our 13th Sarga. And to be in that mood of the Shama, all the time we have to be in the highest mood of Vicharana. That is called a Vichara, which we are studying nowadays. In that way, intensifying our inner Atma Prapti sadhana, for that, the achievement of keeping away outer world, when we are doing these two, in that find the contentment. That's called as Santosha. Then comes thereafter, we have freed ourselves from all these self-made compulsions. Free हो गया. अब be with the sadhu, sadhu vakya, sadhu ukta, tattvamasi mahavakya. That is why the fourth one was sadhu sangama, which we will see. Now we are in the vichara, 3 more days it will take. Then we go to santosha, one complete sarga, sadhu sangama, the fourth one. So, main thought for the day is what? When the goal is Paramatma, understanding. When the goal is Paramatma, doing sadhana. When the goal is Paramatma, reaching Him. When the goal is Paramatma, then we have to establish in Him. Then, other than Paramatma, anything else, what on whatever pretext or reasoning, how can it become important anytime and anywhere? That is what is the mature thought. When it clicks to us, then we start recognizing the maturity intelligence in us to be able to say no to the world. Like now we are very intelligent to say no to the spirituality. Why? Because our all ashas, all our faiths, all our sukha saktis are in the world. Therefore, we have all maturity, all justification, all excuse, all intelligence to say no to our satsangas, our study shastra, our adhyatmika sadhana. अब उसको रिवर्स करना है. That I realize that Atma Prapti is the moksha and that is all the time to be done. ये डराने वाली बात है. पहले हम क्या सोच रहे थे, 1 घंटा आधा घंटा डेली थोड़ा स्पिरिचुअल करो तो चलेगा कुछ. दिस ए परफेक्ट व्यामोह एंड मोह. It's a delusion only that little bit a daytime we do sadhana and we can claim that we can grow spiritually. Nah, 24 into 7 when you're only involved in it, that way when we do for some lives, then the growth will happen. Not every day out of 24 hours, 2 hours given to Shastra and 22 hours are given for samsara. That means we are zero sadhakas. When do we become sadhaka? 24 hours only we are doing sadhana, zero samsara. Because they are two opposite directions. In an example, you have to take right turn. You took right turn 1 kilometer. And again you travel, take 2 kilometer, return, पीछे मुड़कर, again 3 kilometers you traveled. Again about turn you took, 1 kilometer gone. Again 3 पीछे मुड़कर. आगे जा रहे कि पीछे जा रहे. जब दोनों डायरेक्शन अपोजिट है तो आपको सज्जे में जाना है, राइट? तो यू हैव टू कीप ऑन वॉकिंग ऑन. यू कांट से थोड़ा पीछे भी मुड़कर जाता हूँ यार. दैट इज अपोजिट. एक तो लाफेबल थिंग है. यू हैव टू गो इन दैट डायरेक्शन. फिर भी थोड़ा मैं पीछे घूम के आता हूँ. व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? सेम वे व्हेन परमात्मा इज अवर गोल एक्सक्लूसिवली, हम बार बार पीछे मुड़कर आ रहे हैं. करते क्या हुआ? हम आगे बढ़ ही नहीं रहे. दैट इज व्हाट आवर एक्सपीरियंस. आगे बढ़ोगे तो बढ़ोगे ना, उसके लिए पीछे मुड़ना रोकना चाहिए. अब 1 किलोमीटर आगे जाके पीछे 2 किलोमीटर आ रहे हो तो वी हैव गॉन बैक ओनली 1 किलोमीटर. So through our sadhana, little of our vasanas removed and some concentration developed on the Lord for that half an hour. The remaining time we are forgetting it and creating more vasanas of the world by ourselves. Remember, at this junction of our life, nobody is the cause of our not doing sadhana or creating vasanas. Our own ignorance. We have not understood. People have tried to pull us into the worldliness. They tried 1 2 years. They failed. Now they gave us up. Now they are not troubling us now. See in your own life. Nobody is compelling you that तुम साधना छोड़ दो, सत्संग छोड़ दो. अब पहले कोशिश करते थे. Now they understood you are useless here and there. They stopped. Then who is the one now? I am the obstacle. World has left us long back. We are only holding them. Left us in the sense to stop us from being sadhak. They may be holding us for some vyavaharik benefits from us. That's okay. वो है हम कर सकते हैं, करें, उसमें चिंता नहीं. But who is creating samsara to us? Still we only. That maturity we have to get. That it is all the time I have to be in my Paramatma Smriti. That was, in every of the Upanishad Gita, सर्वधर्मान परित्यज का अर्थ वही है. अनन्यास चिंतन तो हम का अर्थ वही है. मनमना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मीन्स व्हाट? You see, with all upadhis, do sadhana only. At all times, do sadhana only. In all places, do sadhana. Then only the worldliness goes away, the Siddhanta Jnana becomes Pakka. Then what is the meaning of inner sadhana, inner meditation, inner transcending the koshas, inner anatma को ट्रांसेंड करना, ये सारे महसूस होंगे, समझ में आएंगे. अभी हम सुन के भूल रहे हैं, समझ में. Then really when we do, we can see it at that moment, where do I stay. So on the seat of meditation में conscious बनकर हम exactly क्या करना है कर पाते. So this all shows a lot of distance we have to travel in our understandings and in our maturities and practices. May the God Guru bless us in this regard. May we receive their blessings. And in and through all these efforts, there is no bitterness, there are no sentimental, emotional attachments or aversions. No, we are spiritual seeker. We are seeking that self within us. So to go within, we have to pull away from the without. So that thing we are doing. There is nothing wrong. We are not cheating anyone. We are not causing harm to anyone, isn't it? That's the highest goal we are. Everybody should reach to that only. Others are not doing. I am lucky enough to be guided. Then I have to decide to do. आई नीड ऑब्लाइज अदर्स. मैं नहीं कर रहे हो साधना, आप भी मत करो. अगर कोई कह रहे, हाउ कैन वी लिसन टू देम? और यू लीव द साधना एंड कम टू अस. इफ दे से इफ इट इज कंपल्सरी आई विल कम, बट अदरवाइज allow me. If at all some outer obstructions come, they are very minimum nowadays. Some obligations remain, that also out of 24 hours, maximum 4 to 6 hours. Baki 18 hours, 16 hours will be with us on. That period, if we can, with this maturity, एक्सक्लूसिवली यूज फॉर साधना. देखो, अपने पर्सनल ग्रेटिफिकेशन के लिए, वेदर जब निद्रा, वेदर जब भोग, जो समय वेस्ट कर रहे हैं ना, उसको हम साधना में लगने से पर्याप्त हो जाएगा. वी नीड नॉट वरी अबाउट आवर आउटर स्मॉल लिटिल obligations, compulsions or duties. They are also सेवा to भगवान. उससे प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता. When you have to do our household duties and all, there's no problem at all. That's a part of sadhana. Where we falter is in our immaturity. Ourselves, we go for our various gratifications. We give undue value to them. Means Vivek Vairagya nahi bana abhi. You know that excessive nidra, excessive bhojana, excessive bhoga, these are all not only consuming our time, but strengthening our vasanas. See the difference between non-sadhaka sadhaka is, non-sadhaka is only going on adding vasanas, no removal. The sadhaka is removing some of the sadhanas, vasanas, but still adding also. When you are adding, it is as good as not removing only. The real sadhaka gives importance not to add new, importance to remove the existing. And for this, you do not do anything directly. Directly you involve in the whole day sadhana only, ये ऑटोमेटिक ही दूर हो जाता है. You go to your dog, it will wag its tail. You give it biscuit, it will hug you, kiss you. You call it, it will come. isn't it? Now you be busy in your work, 2 days, 3 days. Don't go to the dog. It will also not come to you. Somebody else is there for it to give biscuit. वहाँ जाके धूम मिलाएगा. It is we only go to it again. So too, the whole outer worldliness, because we don't give value to sadhana, we give importance, then that comes and wags the tail. It's between the sadhana. That's what I have to learn. I have to learn that I have to be in the sadhana all the day at the cost of my own unnecessary involvements in any of the asaktis, etc. Other than this, whatever small little duties I have to do to the world, it's a pleasure, it's a sadhana that I am able to do something. निष्काम भाव से, है ना. घर गृहस्थ में कोई काम कर रहे हो तो बढ़िया सेवा है, वो सेवा के दृष्टि से करना हो, उससे हम बाधित नहीं होते हैं. वो काम देते ही नहीं भगवान अगर उससे संसार है तो. Samsara is from the other aspect of how do we spend our private personal time. There if we can take full care, we are on the sadhana. मजेदार बात. उसके लिए भी छोड़ने की बात बहुत है, लेकिन चिंता ना करें. जो पकड़ने की एक बात है उसको पकड़ो, ये ऑलरेडी सब छूट जाएगा. वो पकड़ने के लिए ही श्रवण इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. देन होम घर जाकर अध्ययनम, मननम, चिंतनम, then maximum time, not allowing the upadhis to run into the world. Therefore, put it in some sharpening aspects of upasana or the japa or kirtana or bhajana. बस गिरने मत देना उसको, बाहर जाने मत देना, engage करो. If you can do all the time tattva chintana and establishing tattva, which is a very necessary thing and ultimate, if you can do it, no secondary option. If that is not done, then the secondary options of some upasana, etc., to hold on to our prakriti, upadhis, not to involve in the world. हाइएस्ट साधना इज मई एवं मनादस्व मई बुद्धि निवेश. अगर नहीं हो पा रहा है तो अभ्यास योग. यू सी दिन गीता में स्टेप बाय स्टेप बताते. सो टुडेज थॉट्स आर टू कि द स्पिरिचुअल मैच्योरिटी इज all the time, all the place, I have to be only sadhaka. I cannot little bit also de-identify myself from being sadhaka. Second is, don't stay near the ocean or the river of the world or prakriti. It will flood you. You, the sadhaka, is drowned there only, forgotten, made to be forgotten. And in spirituality, not like getting drowned in the ocean and dying once for all. Every day we die. Whenever we are near the ocean of worldliness, and that takes the sadhaka from us, we are drowned for that day. Again डेली 100 बार हम डूबी जा रहे हैं इस दुनियादारी में. हमें जाना ही नहीं चाहिए उस तरफ. अपना अलग कुटिया बनाया all the time. We have to make it possible. No excuse should be given. But I need this help, I need that help. अरे भाई जो करो, बट भीतर की बात है ना, अंदर की बात और अंदर बाहर का संबंध तो होता ही है. If you don't have inner conviction, you cannot keep away the outer thing. If you don't keep away the outer thing, inner journey we cannot do. So थोड़ा इन बातों को समझे तो शायद लिटिल बेटर वी विल बी इन आवर एफर्ट फॉर साधना. भगवान भी कहते हैं ऊपर से, चलो बेटा लगे रहो, एक स्टेप और आगे तुम आगे. ऐसे लॉट्स ऑफ स्टेप्स आर देयर फॉर यू टू मैच्योर अंडरस्टैंड. कीप ऑन डूइंग देम. आई एम देयर विथ यू, सप्लाइंग यू the Shastra and Satsanga. They are the ropes, they are the ladders for you to climb up in your maturity understanding. Om, 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम येरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम भवयेव भवान् इति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोह महाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणम्। ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणे इतिहासोक्त संतवाङ्मयानुभव उक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रह प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं कृष्णे यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे आदौ पारायणं। तृतीयोऽध्यायः फर्स्ट 5 मन्त्रास्। अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः ओम य एको जालवान् ईशते ईशनीभिः सर्वान् लोकान् ईशते ईशनीभिः य एवैक उद्भवे सम्भवे च य एतद्विदुरमृतास्ते भवन्ति एको हि रुद्रो न द्वितीयाय तस्थुः य इमान् लोकान् ईशते ईशनीभिः प्रत्यङ्जनास्तिष्ठति सञ्चुकोचान्तकाले संसृज्य विश्वा भुवनानि गोपाः विश्वतश्चक्षुरुत विश्वतो मुखः विश्वतो बाहुरुत विश्वतस्पात् सम्बाहुभ्यां धमति सम्पतत्रैः द्यावा भूमि जनयन् देव एकः यो देवानां प्रभवश्चोद्भवश्च विश्वादिवो रुद्रो महर्षिः हिरण्यगर्भं जनयामास पूर्वं स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तो या ते रुद्रशिवा तनूः अघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तुर्वासन्तमया गिरिशन्त अभिचाकशैः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ सप्तमो मन्त्रः। चैंट द सप्तम मंत्र। उद्गीतमेतत् परमं तु ब्रह्म तस्मिन् स्त्रयं सुप्रतिष्ठाक्षरं च अत्रान्तरं ब्रह्मविदो विदित्वा लीना ब्रह्मणि तत्पराः योनिमुक्ताः। मित्रों, friends, of every shabda of this mantra through bhashya we try to grasp. We did our best. First of all, Brahman is there intact. Second, Udgitam. About him, all Shastras have exhaustively spoken, quotations are given. So therefore, that Nirguna Brahma has not gone away to become Karanakarya Brahma. That is no more available for us. It is not like that. He is very much there for us to identify and get moksha. So Paramam tu Brahma and Udgita. Now a question, is this world independent of Brahman? No, tasmin trayam. Therefore, without itself going through any modification, Then Brahman is Supratishta of this Triputi of Jiva Jagatishvara or Bhokta Bhogya Prerita इत्यादि. जागर स्वप्न सुषुप्ति इन सब का वो अधिष्ठान है, सुप्रतिष्ठा है. Again you have to realize from his side he is Aksharam. Because he is becoming Karana for both Karya Karana. Is he becoming changed? No. Change होगा तो फिर से मिलेंगे नहीं. इसलिए is Aksharam. Every word is very crucial. For the intellectual understanding and faith sake that Brahman is there. Now comes the sadhana. How to achieve him? Atra antaram brahma vido viditva lina brahmani tatparaha yoni mukta. Every word is important. Sadhana kiri. First brahma vidaha means the ones who have studied Upanishads under the guidance of Guru. In that Brahma Upalabdhisthana is told to be our own heart. And between us now and our own heart, existing Paramatma, between what are there which we have to eliminate or which we have to cross? They are, you call them as Panchakosha, or you call them as Three Deha, or you call them as Three Avasthas, or you call them as Three Vyaktitva Visheshasam Vishwatayasa Pragna, whatever it is. So, Brahma Vidaha is the one who studied Vedanta and understood these things. And he understood ki atra antaram. Atra means asmin hridaya akashe only. Antara means inside. Is that Brahman? The one who theoretically knows it is called Brahma Vida. Then the one practically does it called as Viditva. Atra antaram Brahma Vidaha Viditva. है ना? Brahma Vida is theoretical knowledge that people. Viditva means those who have discovered it. What they discovered? The Brahman. Where is he? Antaram. Antaram means inside. Inside of what? Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya Koshka. Andar. Okay. So here the Lina is the word to be understood. Next line. Atrantaram Brahma Vido Viditva Tatparaha. The one who want to exclusively reach to that goal, never have any other goal, they do what? Linaham Brahmani. That Linaham Brahmani is what taught to us in Taittiriya Upanishad. Very, very clear it is. What is done there? Our Tadatmya from the Annamaya to the Pranamaya, we shift. By this, we do the Laya of the Karya Rupi Annamaya into the Karna Rupi Pranamaya. That's called a Laya Karna. स्थूल को सूक्ष्म लय करते हुए उस सूक्ष्म से वी आर आइडेंटिफाइंग. नाउ वी हैव नो आइडेंटिटी विद द स्थूल एट ऑल. व्यवहार में भी देर. सो अन्नमय को प्राणमय में लय किया, न आई एम प्राणमय. प्राणमय को मनोमय में लय किया, आई एम मनोमय. सो टू मनोमय को विज्ञान में लय किया, आई एम विज्ञानमय. और आई एम प्राणमय, देयरफॉर अन्नमय मर्ज्ड इन प्राण. I am Manomaya, therefore Prana merged in Mano. I am Vijnanamaya Atma, therefore Mano merged in the Vijnana. Then I am Anandamaya for the theoric sake. Thus Vijnanamaya can be merged in Anandamaya, but उसमें आत्मा नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि आत्मा is not also, it's not Anandamaya Kosha also. Therefore, what is a merger there? This Vijnanamaya is rejected. The adhisthana of that Vijnanamaya, that Aham Brahmasmi, in the form of Satchidananda or Chit Swarup, in our identity with that, even the Vijnanamaya Kosha also Leena ho jata hai. It's called Laya Prakriya. Merging the grasser in the subtler and subtler. And the subtlemost Brahman remains. You know, theory kya hai? In the ignorance of that Brahman, that ignorance itself is Maya Shakti, has projected through the Akasha Ityadi, the Panchamahabhuta made world. ये सब theory है ना. अब उसी theory का साधना में भी क्या है? Gross is merged in the subtler and subtler. That's the meaning of Leena. Where do he will merge ultimately? Leena Brahmani. He will merge in his identity with the Brahman. And for all of that to be done, one has to become Tatpara. And with all that effort, when he reaches it, the result is Yoni Muktaha. He is no more bound to be born in the Sharira in any of the Yoni and suffer that Janma, Jara, Roga, Mrityu and the compulsion to maintain that Upadhi, to feed that, to protect it. अरे उसके अलावा और कुछ है ही नहीं काम. From all that nonsense, we get freed. That's called Yoni Muktaha. Jivan Muktaha. That is the meaning. So, to this, yesterday, what was said in that last Yogi Yajnavalkya, Yajnavalkya Smriti, it's called. Yajnavalkya is very great. Shukla Yajurveda has got revealed by Lord Surya through him only for all of us. Vaishampayanaji gave the Krishna Yajurveda. It revealed to him. But Shukla Yajurveda is Surya Bhagwan ke kripa se Yajnavalkya ji has invoked. Okay. Such Yajnavalkya in his Smriti Grantha. What he said, these three are very beautiful, complete, crucial mantras. One talks about Siddhanta Jnana Spashtata, another talks about the Sadhana Spashtata. What is Siddhanta Jnana? देखो तथा च योगी याज्ञवल्क्यः ब्रह्मात्मना एव अवस्थितं समाधिं दर्शयति. Samadhi is moksha. He says the Atman establishing as Brahman. Brahman realizes as the Atman. Alone is the moksha. That's what he said. Means what? That is possible. That's what it is said. Means what? The Atman is there intact for us to identify. Even though it is expressing as Karya and Karana Jagat Rupa or Karya Karana Brahma Rupa, which we are seeing. The difference between the Sadhaka, Siddha Purusha and Samsari is what? Samsari takes Karya Karana Brahma as real. He doesn't know that Nirguna Brahma. Sadhaka knows that there is Nirguna Brahma, tries to achieve to it. In that effort, he devalues Karya Karana most. The one who realizes the self is established in Nirguna Brahma, placed in the Karya Karana Brahma. So therefore, the Samadhi or Atmanamurti is obtained only when that Brahman is experienced as Atman. That means Brahman is there. That means one can do the identity of the Brahman as one's own self. Then what about this whole Jagat? Yeah, it is Karya. And caused by whom? The Karana. Who is the Karana? Brahman only. Therefore, if the Brahman is the Karana, then is he still there as Brahman? हाँ है, वही तो कह रहे हैं. चिंता मत कर. I told you the example. If the husband has scolded the wife, now the loving father in him has not disappeared. No. After the scolding is over, Trupti say, now we'll come to son, and the loving father expresses. So when the husband in him overpowered, the father is just unexpressed, that's it. Now he'll express. So too, when he goes to the office, a dominating boss comes out. But in and through all three, the man is always intact. In the same way, the Nirguna Brahma is very much there, even though he is Karana Karya Brahma. ये बात जितने बार सुनकर समझो उतना important. And that alone is our goal. In reaching of that alone, there is samadhi or moksha. Samadhi means he has become shanta. How it has no pursuit to pursue. There is no purpose to do something. हो गया उसको जहाँ पहुँचना है पहुँच गया. That's called samadhi. Okay. Now, yad artham idam advaitam. The advaita, which is the substratum for the idam. Bharupam, which is of the nature of Chaitanya. Sarvakaranam, which being the upadana karana of everything, it is a karana of everything. It has no any type of dukkha causing things in it, therefore it is anandam. And nothing can destroy it, therefore amrutam. Then is eternal because it's amrutam, called as nityam. Then sarva bhuteshu avasthitam. It is there in everything which you see. Sarva bhuteshu avasthitam. Right? Tad eva, that Brahman alone, ananyadhihi, the one who have become single pointed, wanting that and that alone to reach. That what our common sense thought today. Ananyadhihi prapya. He, when he tries, he will definitely obtain that Paramatma. But the trying or the effort is ananyadhi. Ananya means धी कहीं नहीं जा रहा अभी 24 घंटे उसी में है. So tadeva ananyadhihi prapya tadeva paramatmanam atmana. What happens there when he reaches to that? It is not two things that I reach there like a physical place. Then what? Tasmin praliyate to atma. He merges himself in that. Samadhi saha udahartaha. That is called as samadhi sthiti. ब्रह्मवित ब्रह्मैव भवति. ब्रह्म को जाना हुआ बंदा ब्रह्म में एक हो जाता. Again, the beautiful example of the river wanting to know the ocean discovers itself to be the ocean. I am a river born there, coming here is only an ocean. The reality is I am an ocean. I am Jiva with his Upadhis, born there, born here, doing this, that. It's all an ocean, notion. In reality, we are Brahman. So this is the Lakshya Atma Prapti leads to the moksha. समाधि कहा इन्होंने शब्द वो यूज किया. What is the sadhana? Sadhana is first indriyani vashikritya. All the indriyas have to come under our control. What needs to be done for that? Yama, the guna sanyutaha. When you do the yama niyama asana, pranayama, pratyahara, these sadhanas if you do, then all the indriyas are controlled. Then mind also has to be controlled. Mind is controlled by the inner antaranga sadhana of dharana dhyana samadhi. So here the mana control also is taken for granted that it is told. तो इंद्रियों को बहिरंग साधना से मन को अंतरंग साधना से कंट्रोल करना. Both bahiranga antaranga sadhanas in the yoga darshanam told to be the ashtanga yoga. In that the 5 out of yama niyama asana prana pratyahara are bahiranga sadhana for completely controlling the indriyas. Dharana dhyana samadhi are the inner sadhanas to master the inner equipment as mind. With this conquering of indriyas and mind. Indriyas conquered so that we and the mind is not leaking through them into the world. उसका उतना ही फायदा. Now the conquered mind is applied. Where is it applied? In the self. That's what is said here. What is it? Atma madhye manah kuryatu. The mind is focused on the inner self, subject. Remember simple common sense thought? When the mind is entertaining the object which is anatma, the object is solid, the thought of the object in the mind also solid, Atman is forgotten. When the mind's effort is to make the Atman as its object, the self as an object, first thing happens is the Anatma goes away from the mind. Second, the self being not an object of the mind merges in it, self remains. Just imagine like that. I am the self, out of it the mind came. Mind entertaining the anatma appears to be real. Mind will be in the mood of thoughts always. Self is forgot. Same mind, when we try to make the Atman as its object, means it is trying to conceive the Atman, catch the Atman, understand it, see it, whatever the Bhasha you use. In that effort, first the mind is losing the hold on the objective world, which is very essential. Second, this mind cannot succeed in objectifying the subject, the self. Then what will happen? in its effort, it becomes enfolded, it becomes dissolved. Then what remains is that which was eternally there, the self as me. I only am always the self. I only came out of the self, created the mind. With the mind, I am imagining the outer world. So here, Atma Madhye Manaha Krutva is that. Okay? Atma Madhye Manaha Krutva Kuryat. Then this Atmanam Paramatmani. Once that Atman is discovered in me, Atmanam Paramatmani. We must know that this Atman is not one per head. He is one without second. Every Veda in this world is Upadhi Kruta. The Nirupadhika Brahma, it is one without second. Identifying with that, establishing it is called as Atmanam Paramatmani. Atma Madhya Mana Kuryat Atmanam Paramatmani. Then what? Paramatma Swayam Bhutva. Having realized oneself to be the substance of all, that Atman, na kinchit na kinchit chintayet tataha. Till the establishment in it happens, don't give any chance to little bit still existing चित्ता और मना और माया. दिया फिर मौका, उसको फिर से वो खींचेगा आपको. The nakinchidam chintayat means what? Again, don't allow the notion to come that there is anything existing other than Paramatma. दूसरा और कुछ मत सोचो का अर्थ क्या है? परमात्मा के अलावा और कुछ है दूसरा, ऐसा मत सोचो. Means what? Don't project the thought at all. Be in the thought-free self. Because once the thought comes out, it has to have a content. It cannot have the content, the Paramatma in its womb. Naturally, it projects the world. ये होता है वहाँ. इसलिए नकिंचिदपि चिंतयेत्. Like in Gita, Atma Samstamana Krutva Nakinchidapi Chintayet. Here also Nakinchidapi Chinta. In Yoga Darshanam also, not Mandukya. Laye Sambodhe Chittam Vikshiptam Shamayat Punaha Sakarshaya Mijaniyat. Again Samam Praptam Nachalaya. Don't take for the granted the mana or the world at any time. That's a delusion. वो है मानोगे तो है ही दिखेगा वो. जब वो है दिखेगा, the real self is hidden. Therefore, Bahiranga sadhana, Indriya nigraha. Antaranga sadhana, Mano nigraha. Nigrahita mana applied on the self. This self is realized to be the self of all. Establishing in that, no, the sense of otherness thought is entertained anymore. That's the meaning of na kinchana vichintayet. फिर क्या होगा उस समय? तदातु लीयते स्व आत्मा प्रत्यगात्मनि अखंडिते. Then the individuality has merged in the inner self, which is one without second. Pratyagatma sa eva syat. At that time, he realizes that he is the Pratyagatma only. Iti uktam brahmavadimihi. That's what Brahmanubhava sadhakas or Siddha Purushas, the process they say it to be like this, and the experience also when gained, they say that that is called Brahmanubhuti. So the purpose of the quotation of this Yajnavalkya Smriti is to substantiate what is said in Shruti Mata, that Lina Brahmani Tatparaha Yoni Mukta means that Brahman is there very much intact for us to go near it, identify with it, and be one with it, and get yourself liberated. Never have any doubt that when the Karya Karana Rupa, the Brahman is expressing, therefore खत्म हो गया, इसलिए संसार अवॉइड नहीं होगा हमारा ना. There is Nirguna Brahma is still there. You can identify, rather you have to identify. In fact, that alone gives you moksha. And in the effort of that only, the Karya Karana we transcend. The importance of that we transcend. It may be there, but mujhe zarurat nahi. For me, the self is required and I have realized it. A very good quotations, these are all. Okay. Now, we only see the Prashna today, Purva Pakshika, which is a Sambandha Bhashyam for the 8th mantra. With this, the 7th mantra with Bhashya thoroughly we have studied along with quotations. I am repeating consciously these things so that I also become very clear in my understanding and expression to you, so that you also get an idea to thoroughly drill into yourself the meaning of it. Good, those who are coming regularly, they can get an idea because of repetition. Repetition is the only way in Vedanta. For the knowledge to register, for to making it our own convinced knowledge, even to walk the path and reach the goal. एक ही चीज है repetition. इतना रिपीट करो कि only this is there happening in our life of sadhana. Samsara gone away long back. Like this time morning 7:30 to 9:30. Few months back or few years back. क्या क्या करते थे हम? अब क्या करते थे याद भी नहीं है. इतना gone away that because this 1 hour we are giving to class. In the same evening class 6 to 9. From few years you are giving it to this. Otherwise what we used to do that याद भी नहीं है उसका. In that way, going away from the world near to the self. Now, Nanu, the Prashna. Advitiye Paramatmani Abhyupagamya Mane. When if you have concluded that Paramatma is Advitiya, Ekameva Advayam Brahma, then Jiva Ishwarayoho api Vibhaga Abhavat. Then Jiva and Ishwara they are separate. That you can't talk because one Brahman only. Abhavat, therefore, Lina Brahmani. In that Brahmana, this Jiva has become merged. Lina Brahmani. Iti Jivanam Brahma Ekatva Para Laya Shruti. This Laya Shruti where Jiva merged in the Brahmana, Anupapanna Eva is not possible. है ना, जैसे पानी है इधर पत्थर है, दोनों अलग है, तो पत्थर को पानी में डाला और डिब्बे में चीनी डाला. So then यह पानी में ही पानी डालो लीना ब्रह्मणी, तो दो है तो एक दूसरे में लीन होगा ना. So in the achievement of ekameva dvayam, Jiva is not there, Ishvara is not there. Therefore Jiva merging in Ishvara doesn't arise. What Shruti Mata said, Lina Brahmani. So Shruti Mata cannot go wrong. Whatever she says 100% right. But she says Lina. And the Linata is possible when there are two. But your Siddhanta theory has proved that there is only one without second Brahman. When there is only one without second Brahman, where is Jiva? Where is Ishvara? Then how can Jiva can merge in Ishvara? Not possible. But Shruti Mata is telling, Lina Brahmani, she cannot say wrong. By nature, everybody accepts that Shruti Mata जो कहती है वो सत्य है. But वहाँ वो कह रही है कि लीना ब्रह्मणि, which is making us believe that there is Dvaita. But you said Paramatma is Ekameva Advayam. So what do you mean by what Shruti Mata means there? What is the standpoint from where she is talking? The answer given is from the Upadhi standpoint, there is Jiva Ishvara Veda. Therefore, for the Jiva who is bound now, there is sadhana required. In that sadhana, what is he doing? He is realizing the Nirupadhika Brahma. That realizing Nirupadhika Brahma is called is sadhana. Call it by name sadhana, kaho, upasana, kaho, dhyana, kaho, kuch bhi ho. So, Rupena, we talk that he is now as if separate. Now he will be merging. The merging is not as you literally translate. The merging meaning he is dissociating from the Upadhi, then he is realizing his Nirupadhika Brahma Swarup. That very beautiful, subtle, crucial thought. लीन होना का अर्थ दो है ऐसे लीन हो गए नहीं, हमेशा एक ही था. Because of the Upadhi, he was considering as Jiva. That Upadhi, when we dropped, that ever existing Brahman, he realized. But why did you use the word लीना? अरे तो बहुत जगह पे वो बात भी बताया हमने, एक जगह पे बताया और तुम पकड़ के टांग खींचते हो या टंग खींचते हो. हमने कहा ना उपाधि के दृष्टि से वो जीव है, वो उपाधि दृष्टि से हम कह रहे है ना. Then dropping that upadhi itself is layam. There is not merging like a river jumping in the ocean or person jumping into something. ऐसा दो चीज नहीं है. There is no jumping क्रिया also. लीन करने का क्रिया नहीं है वो. It's a realization, it's a recognition that I thought I am sopadhika, Jiva, but the fact is, I am Nirupadic Brahma. In that realizing there is nothing to be done. Therefore, Dina Brahman मतलब दो है, इसने उसमें मर्ज किया, सो द्वैत को एक्सेप्ट किया श्रुति माता ने, तो आप तो अद्वैत प्रपोज कर रहे हो, तो इज द श्रुति रॉन्ग? दैट्स नेवर एक्सेप्टेड, श्रुति इज राइट। देखो देयर आर टू थिंग्स, द्वैत आ गया उसमें, अगर लीन हो रहा है तो कभी बाहर भी आएगा। So therefore there is no moksha permanent. So these are the thinkings, that's what the Purvapakshis do. Siddhanta will have to answer it. Answer is this only, ki sopadikena, that will be told in the mantra. संयुक्तमेतत् क्षरमक्षरञ्च व्यक्ता व्यक्तं भरते विश्वमीशः अनीशश्चात्मा बध्यते भोक्तृभावात् ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः। ब्यूटिफुल श्लोक। ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। Don't miss the classes, dear friends. या 5 मिनट ज्वाइन हो जाइए गीता के लिए।